Hi, I'm Kaylee Murray from WCCN. Today I'm here with Lorraine Guerrero in her new private therapy trauma practice, A Healing Place. Lorraine, tell me about what you do here.
So, Healing Place is a trauma therapy private practice. So, I am working with children through adults, doing trauma focused cognitive behavioral therapy, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, other modalities that I mix in. And it's really to help ensure that people are processing their trauma so that they can move on and also giving them the connections in the community and systems so that they can thrive and move forward through their trauma.
So, Lorraine, you've worked within the justice system, the school system, and community agencies, but you officially launched Healing Place last month. Was there a specific breaking point or a specific moment where you realized you just wanted to build your own sanctuary in downtown Juliet to truly do it your way?
So that's a really great question. Yes, I worked in a lot of systems, and one thing that I think is missing often is we can treat children, yep, every day and treat their trauma and do a great job. We really need to also focus on the people taking care of them, their caregivers, their parents, sometimes their brothers and sisters, and their grandparents. And that's kind of what made me start this. As a survivor of childhood trauma, with vicarious trauma, as they call it, survivor's guilt, that's something I wanted to do was also reach the caregivers to help give them the tools that they need to help their children thrive.
Your credentials, LCSW, CADC, PEL, they're the triple threat of healing. You're tackling addiction, education, and clinical trauma all at once. For the person scrolling past this right now who feels like their trauma has become their identity, why is 81 North Chicago Street the place where this story finally changes?
Hold on, sorry. Yeah, wow. That's a question. Holy excuse the language. So yeah, licensed clinical social worker, certified alcohol and drug counselor, professional educator's license. I was very intentional about these certifications. So again, when I talk about caregivers, I had a mom that was addicted to heroin, and I often feel that if someone like her and other caregivers could have had the right therapy, the right support, that she could have overcome her addiction and been a much better parent to my 4 brothers and my sister and I. And so that's what I wanna do here at Healing Place is give caregivers the tools that they need, whether it's with me and really processing the trauma that brought them, to their rock bottom, and then give them the supports throughout our community that can move them forward.
Lorraine, you spent 2 decades in the trenches for Will County CAC to serving as VP on the JTHS board. But if we go further back, to young Lorena growing up right here in Joliet, if I were to walk into a classroom at your old school today and tell a little girl that she'd one day be providing hope, healing, and justice she once looked for, what is the first memory that flashes in your mind?
So that's a really great question, and I feel emotional just thinking about it. So I was Pershing Elementary, Joliet Public Schools District 86, and I actually served on that board. And the reason why it's emotional is that school was also another safe place for me. They kind of wrapped their arms around me and my family when we were there. But I would probably, first of all, get goosebumps and I might cry a little bit because um, I I would now be the person.
Kaylee Murray for WCCN News. Your voice, your news, your stories.